dramatic for an opening shot. These are the Thursday Boots Heritage Captains, an exciting challenger in the Heritage boot lineup. This boot is trying to take the crown from the infamous Red Wing Iron Rangers. We'll talk about that in a second. So Thursday Boots and Rose Anvil have collaborated to make an affordable entry into the Heritage boot lineup. Rose Anvil, the famous YouTube channel that reviews boots by cutting them in half and examining the quality of the materials and the craftsmanship. Thursday Boots are well known to be the entryway for, the world of boots. So Thursday's original Captain boots, I believe, is what put them on the map, but these are the Heritage Captains, a big upgrade in terms of materials and craftsmanship for only $35 more. This is not a review of the boots. I've only had these for 2 weeks now, and although I feel like I've broken them in, I would still need to wear them over a long period of time to really form an opinion on them. I will say that the break-in period wasn't bad at all compared to the Iron Rangers. I'm a size 9 in the Iron Rangers, and these are size 9.5. This is the Grand Canyon colorway, which I find a little more muted compared to their website photos. Right, so what's Heritage? Heritage boots are classic, durable, very traditionally built footwear, typically with a lot of leather, stitching, and even nails. And you can't talk about Heritage boots without mentioning the Red Wing Iron Rangers. These are the quintessential Heritage boots, poster child, if you will, like well loved by a lot of people, including me. This pair is over 2 years old, and I've worn it almost every day. It's in really good condition for all the abuse I've put it through. But there's one thing that a lot of people, me included, are kind of iffy on the boots. It's this clown toe. It's very bulbous, it's very round, and when it's worn in, the crease is very exaggerated on mine. There's that bump and the ridge, which I'm starting to dislike now. But the toe box is really good. It's just nice and roomy, which I need for my toes because I suffer from gout. And if I don't wear the proper footwear, my feet are gonna get destroyed. But these boots are very comfortable. I've worn them hiking, light hiking in the Rocky Mountains of Banff. So I love these boots because they're super comfortable. But that toe bump, and this is, I tried my best, okay? I used boot trees, to help support that so it doesn't cave in. But because of this, I've been looking for something different. I like the Heritage work boot aesthetic, but we could probably dial back on that toe bump. Enter the Heritage Captains. They are very similar, but that toe box is a lot slimmer and a lot more tapered. It's not as bulbous. I mean, obviously over time, this will soften up and crease, but hopefully it won't give me that ridge and like bulbous bump here at the front. Let's compare it with Iron Rangers. Here it is side by side. What I really like about this toe box too is that it's not very pointy and tapered. That would make it very dressy. I wanted something more for everyday and something more casual, but I still want a bit of that industrial grit of the Iron Rangers. Okay, despite the smaller and slimmer toe box, it's not uncomfortable on my toes at all. I don't feel pressures on the side or at the top. If I wiggle my toes, it's not as roomy as the Iron Rangers, but these are still plenty comfortable. Like I said, I've worn these for 2 weeks and my toes, my feet, no complaints. Another thing is the stacked heel, right? Noticeably taller than the Iron Rangers. When this boot was initially revealed, there were a lot of comments concerned about that, when your foot slides forward because of the height. I will say that I did notice the height when wearing them, but I appreciate and I also need the extra arch support, so my feet actually have been very comfortable in these heels. And this slant here is Western inspired. Apparently it helps reduce heel scraping when you step because of the slant. A quick breakdown on everything else. It uses a 270-degree Goodyear welt, which means it's resolable. Once this shoe is worn down, you can bring it to a cobbler and he'll fix that right up. There are 5 eyelets and 2 speed hooks. The Iron Ranger has 4 eyelets and 3 speed hooks. The leather thickness or weight is around 5 to 5.5 ounces, which is roughly the same as the Iron Rangers. But internally, there is a lot more leather. Right? There's 3 layers of leather in this toe cap. There's a leather heel counter, there's a leather shank, leather midsoles, a lot of leather, more so than the Iron Rangers actually, apparently. So in theory, the break-in period would be a lot more brutal, but I actually didn't find that to be the case. I think the worst part in breaking in a boot is the bend, which is brutal on your feet. But with this one, I think one of the layers of leather, they scored the leather to make it softer on the bend, which I find really helped. Only time will tell if that's a compromise to the structure of the boot, but all I can say for now is that it really helped with the break-in period. Okay, the best part about these boots is their price. They're pretty affordable and it's from a well-known brand. These Heritage Captains are $235, only $35 more than the original Captain boots, while the Red Wings are $350, so you are getting a lot of boot for this price. For the Iron Rangers though, you are paying for that legacy. The company has existed for a century now, and the Iron Rangers itself has been around for decades. So yeah, I am pretty happy with these boots. I've been wearing them every day for the past 2 weeks. Who knows if it'll actually replace my Iron Rangers in the long term. I've been wearing them daily just to break these in. And so far, no regrets. If you're here watching this video, thank you. You'll notice that this is the very first video I've uploaded. I was just very excited about these boots, and there's not a lot of information on these boots on YouTube yet. So I figured I have the boots, I have an opinion, and I'll just put it out there. If you want to see more from me, let me know. I like boots, jackets, EDC, pocket knives, watches, basically a bunch of stuff that a middle-aged dad can spend his money on. But still, don't tell my wife.